Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our Fosak TV. Viewers, here is a breaking news. The greenhouse effect has been in the news for years. If you have sat inside a car with the AC off and the windows rolled up on a sunny day, you have experienced it. The Earth's atmosphere also works like a greenhouse, which is a good thing because if it did not hold on to the sun's heat, nights would be unsurvivable. Night temperature on Mercury is 180 degrees Celsius. But over the past few decades, the atmosphere has become too hot for comfort. That's mainly because of the gas called carbon dioxide. Ever since humans started burning large quantities of coal in factories about 250 years ago, followed by oil and gas to run automobiles, the amount of CO2, that is called carbon dioxide, in the atmosphere has multiplied. Now the earth is more than 1 degree Celsius warmer than before the industrial revolution, but that's only an average, and parts of the planet are significantly hotter than they used to be. It's causing freak weather, endangering lives and livelihoods. That's why curbing CO2 emissions has assumed urgency. However, a recent McKinsey sustainability report suggests curbing the emissions of another gas, like methane, might be easier and more fruitful in the short term. Carbon dioxide is not the only atmospheric gas that traps heat, nor is it the most absorbent, but it is the focus of all climate related discussion because it is added to the atmosphere in far greater quantities than other gases. Also, it lingers in the atmosphere for many decades. While methane emissions are lower, about 380 million tons every year at present. Each methane molecule traps much more heat than a molecule of CO2. That's why this gas is the second biggest contributor to global warming. The McKinsey report says it accounts for about 30% of the observed warming. Yearly methane emissions have increased by around 25% in the past 20 years, the report says, adding that its atmospheric concentration has more than doubled from 800 parts per billion in the year 1850 to 1800 ppb now. The good news in that methane stays in the atmosphere for only about 10 years. So, any reduction done today will be felt soon. Also, just have industries are responsible for 98% of the methane emissions caused by human activity, and it is possible to reduce their emissions with existing technology. If methane emissions decline by 22% every year, the target of limiting temperature rise to 1.5 degrees Celsius might be achieved. By curbing methane emissions from five human activities: agriculture, oil and gas, coal mining, solid waste management, and wastewater management, annual methane emissions might decline 20% by 2030 and 46% by 2050. The easing of methane's buildup in the atmosphere will buy time to implement other strategies for CO2 reduction. But how feasible is it for these industries to reduce their emissions, and how much will it cost? The report says while the technology is available for all of them to reduce emissions, it might have economic benefits for some, such as the petroleum industries, and be added cost for others, such as dairies. The cost of implementing the methane abatement measures across all five industries could range from 60 billion to 100 billion dollar annually up to 2030, 150 billion to 220 billion annually by 2040, and 2030 billion to 340 billion annually by 2050. The total expenditure over 30 years could range from 3.3 trillion to 5.1 trillion, more than India's current GDP. But the study points out this is double at last year's economic stimulus around the world amounted to roughly 12 trillion. The report suggests various actions for each industries and estimates the impact they could have. For example, agriculture, which is the leading emitter of methane, 40 to 50% could achieve 30% reduction by 2050. Within agriculture, animal husbandry is the principal contributor of methane, with sheep and cattle accounting for 70% of agriculture methane emissions. Simply measures like changing animal feed could prove highly effective, the report says. The oil and gas sector is responsible for 20 to 25% of methane emissions and could curb them by over 70% in the next 30 years, as methane is an untapped source of value. The industries has a financial incentive to plug leaks, as it losses about 18 billion worth of methane annually. It also burns methane worth up to 19 billion every year. Coal mining accounts for 10 to 15% of methane emission, chiefly from deep mines, but it has the potential to curb emission by 13% in the next 3 decades. Solid waste and wastewater management together account for another 40 to 20% of methane emission, and both can achieve sizable reduction by 2050 by stopping waste dumping in landfills and building modern wastewater sewers and treatment plants. Beyond the report for Shakti TV USA.